Hello, how's it going? Here, vlog for April 22nd, 7:54 a.m. on Tuesday. I got up at I slept last night. I had insomnia last night. I guess it wasn't the worst insomnia, but I did have insomnia. And then I woke up and I was kind of laying in bed for maybe a half hour. And then because I saw the light came up, and when I looked at my watch, it said 6:09. So I got out of bed at 6:09, and I was going to go on a bike ride today. So I got everything ready. I put water into my Camelback bladder, and it's the only Camelback bladder that I have. There might be some hidden in my garage. Whenever I get around to it, I need to go and organize my garage. That's the next chore, because my garage shelves are totally disaster area. But yeah, it had water, and I went to go get some liquid IV to put in my Camelback bladder, the 90 ounces. And when I came back, the bladder was like almost empty, and I'm like, what the hell? So I tested the bottom, because I know the latch has to be tight in order for the water to not leak out, because it's old. So, and then I realized that the water was leaking out of the top between the seam, and just pouring out like a sieve. So because it's like 20 years old, let's see, 97, 07, 17. Oh my God, it's like 30 years old. It's like 28 freaking years old. God damn it. Because I bought the Camelback in like 97, and in the last, I didn't even really use it that many times, and I didn't notice that it had a hole last time I went on my ride a couple days ago, because it's upright on my back, so it didn't really have that much of an opportunity to spill out. I think it did spill out some, and I had water on me, and I didn't realize why. But yeah, the bladder's totally kaput. So and the bike doesn't have like water bottle brackets, so the only way to bring water is on the Camelback. So I have to wait until the store opens to go buy a Camelback bladder. So the first store to open is REI at 9. So I'm gonna go into REI and blow more money on like a Camelback bladder. I think I'll get the different sizes of Camelback bladder. Oh wow, I have another Camelback. I just remembered. Oh. See, this is how like frickin' out of. But look, my apartment is at least clean. Doo-doo-doo. Not the floor, but my mom won't let me clean the floor. She needs to supervise me cleaning the floor. Where's my Camelback? I can't find my dang Camelback. No, none. Oh, wait. Hang on. It'll be out yonder. There's a Camelback around here. Where the heck did the Camelback go? Come on now. There is a freaking. Alright, whatever. Ooh. Bing! Oh my God. I fixed my own problem while in real time. Daha! And there it is. Alright, I'll do the vlog first, and we'll see how many ounces that is. Oh, that means I'm not beholden. That means I can go on my ride now. Alright. What do I do with my phone? Yeah, I'm still trying to settle into my house. Two guys were interested in moving in here. I mean, I've had zero luck getting a roommate over the last few years. But I recently put a whole bunch of ads up and new photos of my place and around here. And two guys were interested. One guy the other day but never called me, and then the other guy wrote yesterday and hasn't called yet. But the fact of the matter is, I haven't really been ready to have a roommate. Like I can't have a roommate. Having a roommate here would not have worked, because there's no room. I have got stuff scattered all over the place. Still trying to move into my own place. Because of all the, stuff that I've been getting lately. So, yeah, that's what yesterday was. It was just another day trying to settle in. Like if I want to be able to have the time to actually ride my bike this summer, or if I want to ride my bike sooner rather than later, the smartest thing to do is just not be afraid to spend money and just get every single thing that I can think of so that I don't go around like buying stuff that I need every single day again, because that's what happened yesterday. I got up kind of late because I had insomnia because I've been sick, detoxing from weed. Although I feel a little bit better now, but I have asthma right now. I have a bad feeling the asthma is going to be the last thing to cure. But if I'm out riding my bike outside in fresh air every day, maybe my asthma will go away. I only have like 15 hits left in my Advair, and those are $410, and I don't have insurance that pays for that. So I'm like fucked if as soon as that, and I don't have money either. I'm hemorrhaging money. So so yesterday I got up kind of late, and what I was gonna do was I was gonna fill out my DVR thing. I think yesterday I was doing my vlog, and then the vlog got cut off because somebody from Front Range Community College called me because to help me get registered with them, because I have to take 2 classes. I think I have 46 hours that the Department of Vocational Rehabilitation allotted me. I have a scholarship for being shunned by society. At least the government still has my back for the time being. They gave me 148 hours, and I don't need that many hours. I mean, it's cool they gave me that many, but I think it's only like 6 hours that I need it, because They's like, you want to be a teacher, a kindergarten teacher, or a assistant kindergarten teacher? I'm like, I think I'll be the assistant kindergarten teacher, just part-time. And she's like, oh, it's full-time too, so that's cool. Maybe I could get a full-time job, if my money situation gets critical enough. I'm $55,000 in debt, or maybe more than that, for my $70,000 loan, and I'm starting to think maybe I should have borrowed more. But I blew a lot in the last couple months on these bikes, all these used bikes, but boy, did I get a good deal on them. And I think there's still one more bike I want, because that'll bring my total bicycle count up to 18. I want to get a trick BMX bike, but only if it's like $50, or I don't think I'd spend more than $50 on it. And there's a lot of bikes, but the problem is most BMX trick bikes are kids' bikes. I need one that's big enough for me. But anyway, so I get up yesterday, and I registered that. That took me like 45 minutes. And the classes start August 18th, and that'll qualify me to be a kindergarten assistant teacher, because I want to teach these kids my timeline. My mom's like, are you crazy? We'll never hire you or give you the allotment if you say that. That's insanity. And I'm like, whatever. When I was 5 years old, I would have gobbled my timeline up. So, and it's good to assume people are smart instead of assume that they're fucking dumbasses like what they do at Fort Loser College. I'm going to take that fucking school down. I'm going to make the president of that motherfucking place and their professors my best buddy. Anyway, I registered for that, and then I was gonna try to fix my bikes yesterday, because there was 2 bikes that were totally messed up. My gravel bike that I got at Community Bikes. I went on a ride. And the very first ride I went on, only an hour in, the front brake completely went out on me. Like instantaneously, it just blew out on me. And I was watching tutorials to try to fix it, and ChatGTP kept trying to tell me that it was a place to put in. Well, I had to go into the hardware store first to get a tube to attach my syringe to the tube to put into the brake. So then I got and I tried to do the tube in the brake, but I put it in and it just poured out. So I was like totally confused. ChatGTP was telling me that the bolt that clamps it to the frame was where you need to unscrew and put the juice in. I'm like, yeah, no. And then it tried to tell me that the relief valve was where you clip it in. And I'm like, well, nobody. And then none of the tutorials I saw were doing it with the brake that I have. It's a Shimano front brake, but nobody that I could see showed it. So I took it down to the bike shop. And Community Bikes is closed, but I took it to Boulder Sports Garage, and the guy is super helpful there. He showed me where to put it in. And I thought that it was broken and I was going to order another one, but he's like, nah, you should just try to fix it first. So I took it home. I squeezed it in, you know, I filled in the top bucket at the top. So I filled the entire thing with the stuff and then I put it back together, tested it, and it was totally loose, just like I had never done anything. And I was at a loss. So I took it back to the store just to have them fix it and tell me what was wrong. And when I took it there, like the whole brake caliper, like he when I was there, he actually cleaned my brake pads for me with alcohol. And then when I came home, because they were clean, and the brake wasn't really squeaking that much when it went out. But then I wiped down the rotor, both sides, really good with alcohol. And so, but by the time I got to the store and I was like testing the brake in the store, it was really like squeaky. And I could feel on the caliper there was oil everywhere. So it was like pretty clear to me it was leaking. But I was like, but I didn't really want to put the whole thing back together from scratch, and just in case the caliper was actually broken itself. And so I told him to fix it and tell me what was wrong. You know, hopefully I don't have to buy a whole new caliper, because I think they're $90. Or maybe they would sell a replacement over at Community Bikes or Boulder Sports Recycler. But he said a bleed was $45, but I think he'll have to do more. So anyway, I left it there. He said he'd call me yesterday or today. He didn't call me yesterday. And then I came home and was like, okay, cool. I have the gravel bike squared away. Because I need to get these bikes fixed fast so that I can actually get in shape and learn how to do the jumps, dude. I'm still like a beginner at those jumps, and they're going to test my mountain bike skills pretty soon. So, I was like, okay, so let's get the trail bike going. So I took the trail bike off because the rear brake was dismantled. The caliper was dismantled because it wasn't working right. Like, it was not working at all. And I bought the caliper at Boulder Community Cycle. I don't know how much they sell them for, like $15 or whatever. But like, I took it apart and the spring popped out, and I didn't want to deal with trying to figure out how to put it back together. I couldn't find any tutorial on how to do it, and ChatGPT couldn't help me. So I went to the store again. And he's like, oh, wow, look at that. No, we don't do that. It was too complicated. That's some like MIT stuff. So he's like, yeah, it's easier to just buy another one. You know, they're only like a used one. They're only like $15. So I was like, all right. So I went over to Boulder Sports Recycler, and sure enough, they have all kinds of calipers. And I bought a caliper for $10. But I also saw in there they have the SRAM G2R hydraulic brakes, a full set, both levers and both calipers, for $14. And like ChatGPT said, when it was new, it was like $290 in 2019. And like, they were first trying to sell them for $140, and then they took it to $85, and then they took it down to 14 on the 20th, just a one day before I was in there. And so I was like, ooh, I'm going to buy this now, because my brakes for my enduro bike are pretty good, but they're not that good. And that would be fun to put some like real like hydraulic brakes on there, just in case I want to do some badass like downhill, like try to do downhill Strava. It's a pretty nice enduro bike. It's a 26-incher, but yeah, there could be some courses, downhill courses, that are suited to that bike. So yeah, or maybe I could use it on my my trail bike, which is just regular cable brakes. So I hang them up on the road, and so I spent 25 bucks there. And then I came back and put that brake on, and it worked. It was good. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's good, man. It's good enough. It's just about strong enough that when I squeeze it all the way, and it wasn't that tight, it could lock out the brake, the wheel, a little bit as I'm riding down the road, sitting on it on the pavement. So it's good enough, you know. Like if I'm going around a corner mountain biking and I use the front brake, it'll relieve pressure, weight on the rear brake, and it'll lock up good enough. So I was like, nice, the trail bike's running. So, and that was right when my mom came. And she came up here and we were talking and reading this DVR paperwork I have to do. And I looked at it for the first time and I'm not, so then I have like dawned by it. So I'm going to go and fill that out today. Where I go, as soon as I get back with the bike ride. Because, yeah, the bike, getting in shape is actually more important to me now because like my body is in such freaking pain from muscle atrophy, lack of exercise, like all day long still. Like last night laying in bed, that's one of the reasons I can't get to sleep. I'm laying in bed and I'm feeling like my back muscles and shoulder muscles and everything just like constricting and all this pain from lack of exercise and atrophy and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, this is so uncomfortable. Like if I could just work out all goddamn day, like do like a huge ass ride, 5-6 hour ride a day or more or longer. And then come home and just lift fucking weights, dude, and pull-ups and all that kind of stuff. And just do that all day, every day until I finally feel okay. And I wrecked my body so much, it's like not even funny. Like when I was first started exercising a couple months ago, and I'd like lay in bed like this, I was so tight that I would let my legs go down and they get stuck there. That's how tight I was. Just like that. And so now at least I can do that. And I couldn't get out of bed without almost falling over. Like I would tilt and be like, whoa, whoa, every time I get out of bed. And then I could barely even stand up when I got out of bed. This is all from fucking working on my website all those years, just laying in bed, building Google Earth models. And I'll build a lot of Google Earth models that I accidentally deleted and they got deleted. And I wish I backed it up on like other hard drives and YouTube and stuff, but whatever. It's not that much that I lost, but and then the website, timeline, everything, the books. I've got a bunch of stuff that I could put on my website. I have ChatGPT made all these different menus of all these different sizes that all I have to paste on there. But the one book I'm trying to do, Education of Cyrus, is so freaking corrupted. ChatGPT, I don't know what it did, but it put something in there to make it corrupted. So I'm having to just back engineer it more and more and more and more and more until I can find, you know, where it is and actually put it up there. But I don't have the time for that because I'm trying to pass my test, England 1500 to 2000 first, because it'll be my very first test. And I tried to do it the other day, but I spent the last 2 days trying to fixing the actual timeline because my like philosophy had changed a little bit. So I had to tweak, like on the war, things that happened in the war section. For some reason I thought that the treaty was more important than the war because the treaty would say like what happened, but like that's not what's known from the decades of the war. So I had to fix that. But now I have to study for it and pass the test. I don't know how long that'll take because I built it like 3 months ago, and when I was baked out of my mind, and I was like, I just don't remember as much as I thought I would. So anyway, that's my priority now, but that's not as much a priority as getting in shape, and I have all these freaking competing priorities. I have to call the IRS too. Maybe I'll do that today or tomorrow. I need that really soon because they said they were going to freeze my bank account by Tuesday because I owe $3,000 from 2022, even though I already paid $2,000 because I'm targeted because I found Atlantis. So, and oh God, if I have to blow $3,000, so now they can just fucking charge me whatever they want, dude. Like we're not even in a democracy anymore. They're like, fuck that guy, just keep charging him over and over again. I had to pay $450 just last month to Colorado IRS Revenue Service for no reason. They were just like, hey asshole, you owe more. I do my taxes with H&R Block and a proper accountant every year, and every year they just charge me throughout the year even more and more and more, and then they wait 3 years and tell me I never paid taxes. They did that in 2011 where I had to send in my taxes and from 2008, like to 3 different, because then I send it to where they told me to, and they're like, oops, psych, somewhere else. So I did it there, and they're like, hey, just joking, send it here. So now I know where all the collection places of the IRS are. Ogden, Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah, Fresno, California. All of them got all my taxes. It was like $30 to print every time because I was living in my van over at the Kinko's. So that's what happens if you stick your neck out, dude. They come and the government comes to chop it off. And, no, and not just that, dude. There's people, because I've been having insomnia, and so I just lay in bed and post my some screen captures of Atlantis to these different like YouTube groups that would have to do with Atlantis, like history, mystery of Egypt sites, or like Atlantis, this, that, or the next thing site, or like LiDAR sites. And most people like it. And one guy was like, hey, that's awesome, I want to scuba dive there. But some people get nasty and mean. I got blocked from the LiDAR, aerial photography YouTube group, or Facebook group, because they were like calling me garbage and what was I smoking, and yeah, calling me names and stuff. And then yesterday some dude named on this site called Archaeology named what's that fucker's name? He has a YouTube channel. This is his motherfucking name. This guy's mean, real mean. What's this fucking asshole's name? Fucking dickhead. I can't remember his name. He has a YouTube channel, but his YouTube channel isn't his name, because that's how people operate. Whatever, I don't remember. Here, let's see. He gets like interviewed and stuff by people. Robert John Langdon. That guy's a fucking cunt. He's a chode. If you're a bitch, then you're a cunt. If you're a fucking asshole dude, you're a chode. Yeah, he's like telling me I don't know how to read and stuff, and he's telling me that Atlantis is in Doggerland, and I'm like coming back at him, making him look like a fool. We'll see if he keeps coming at me. See, the thing is, you can't argue with me. If you argue with me, you're just gonna lose, dude. It's like trying to it's like with that kid, Gary's Economics. He's like, don't try to trade against me, you'll lose. I'm a trader. Well, dude, I know Atlantis. Don't try to argue with me. You're just going to lose. So what happens is, like, the LiDAR guys just blocked me. And this dude's eventually just going to give up. This other guy who wrote a book about Atlantis and wasn't making any sense at all, trying to tell me that, interpreting it, that it's at the middle of the Atlantic because it looks like an eye or whatever, and he wrote a book he wants to sell for $65 on Amazon. That guy gave up on me after like just 2 times. I only replied to him like twice. But I don't mind it when people are assholes because, well, I mean, if I'm in a bad mood, which I'm never in a bad mood, almost never. If I'm in a bad mood, then it just gives me a license to call them names, but I'm never in a bad mood, so it just fills up space. It kind of just makes them, it hurts them. And there's their argument when they start name calling. Here, I'll show you. Here, I'll read the comment, this fucking loser. Oh, look, unread chat. Let's see what this dude said. Oh, that's just, a lot of those sites are just porn sites. Yeah, but listen to how this dude argues. This is how mainstream, like, LiDAR guys and archaeology guys argue. And this dude's like old. He's like 60 or something. He's got white hair. But I don't know how to get there. I have to go to the page. I have to go to my profile. I have to hit on groups. I'm still new to this stuff. I gotta go. Let's see, I hit on notations. Ooh, somebody commented just now. Can you explain further? Depixelated. Huh. I thought I answered. Oh, I did answer. Okay, Most people are friendly. This fucking guy, Robert John Langdon. So he goes, so I totally give him all these reasons and I correct him, and this is what he says. LOL, clearly never read the classics then, and you even failed to read the above, which is an AI calculation, not mine, of Plato's description. So now he's relying on AI. Try Googling it, Einstein. Just confirm you're bonkers who can't read or understand the basics and even learn how to spell peninsula. Free checkers are free, dullard. So that's how this fucking cunt talks. Or this chode. Sneaky little chode. Robert John Langdon. Anyway, this guy's gonna bail on me. I mean, you can't. I don't think he's the owner of that page, so he can't delete my post. All he can do is embarrass his stupid self. So, anyways, so that's kind of the new thing I'm doing at night. But I think I already posted everything, so that's going to die off in the next couple of days. I don't think people are going to continue to respond to me. But, so, anyway, I went to the store with my mom and got some food, and then came back, and she bought me some fruit. And I had dinner, and then I cleaned up my apartment, because I guess my apartment got messed up again over the last trying to fix my bikes and stuff unsuccessfully. And by the time I was done, it was like 10:30 or something. I was like, God damn it. So that's when I laid down, you know, and kind of had insomnia for a while, but then I got up this morning, and so here we are. Yeah, so I'm finally, after, oh my God, how many thousands of dollars and months, finally have like my stuff squared away and where I know stuff is and it's fixed, and I can go on a bike ride for the very first time. It's going to be my very first ride on my trail bike. I did one ride on my cross-country bike and the other day, and like I'm going to do the same trail that I did yesterday. I went up from Left Hand Canyon over the mountains down into Lyons, and it's this new mountain bike trail I'd never done before, but it's like really like rocky, and I wasn't doing so well on the downhill of it because when I bought the bike, the rear derailleur was adjusted wrong, so I couldn't pedal going downhill because I had to readjust it differently so that I could get to the top chainring, so I could get up the climb, and that made it so that when I was in like the more lower chainrings, it would just skip, so I couldn't really pedal. But it was like so bumpy that the hardtail cross-country bike was like not that fast, even though it's a 29-incher. So I was like, wow, this would be fun to try on the full suspension 29-inch bike, the trail bike. So that's why I'm excited to do it today on that bike. Hopefully the front shocks are good. Yeah, and just to check out the bike, how it works. I put a new stem on it yesterday. I put a new stem on my cross-country bike yesterday because I went on a ride and it has like a non-existent stem, and I was perched way higher than what I'm used to. And and I happen to have a long stem because I guess when I bought a long stem. And I popped that sucker on and it feels like it fits better. So I'm looking forward to trying another ride with that stem on. It'll make me climb better. And that bike is kind of the best bike for climbing because it's a hardtail, it's really light. Carbon bike. But I also noticed that it's cracked. So I just spent $100 on a carbon bicycle repair kit, and then $20 for shipping. So $120. Comes on Friday, so I have to keep an eye out for it on Friday so I can grab it before somebody else does. Yeah, and then like watch the tutorials and like fix it myself. That'll be fun. But that's kind of one of the reasons I guess I got it for a good price. But that's what I'm prepared for. I don't mind doing work on bikes if I get to buy them so cheap over at the used bike shop. And I need to learn all this as much stuff about bike mechanics as possible because my job description is mountain bike specialist is kind of dependent. Because I saw the company Avenue for Adventure like tutorial welcome videos, and they were like, yeah, when we have questions, we go to the mountain bike specialist. So I'm supposed to be the guy who knows everything about bikes, about the mechanics. I'm also supposed to be the guy who teaches kids to do those jumps, and I don't even do those yet. So hopefully they're still gonna hire me. Yeah. So yeah, the job there ends. It's from May 27th to August 8th, and so that ends like a week before the fall classes start in August like 18th over at and then that goes from until like November the 7th. It's like 2 classes that I take. I guess it's two classes a week or something for 3 months or whatever. But yeah, and then I'll get qualified to teach the kindergartners, and then I can actually use my college degree, because that's the only job that I can think of getting that I saw that's offered that even needs a college degree. So so anyway, yeah. So right now, I just had an oatmeal and a bowl of fruit, and I'm going to yeah, I just set up make sure my bag had everything it needed, and I pumped up the tires, pumped up the shock, and now I'm going to go and fill up that water bladder and see how big it is. But I think it'll be big enough, because the other day I brought a water bottle and the 90-ounce bladder, and it was a 5-hour 40-minute ride, and it looked like I only used like a quarter of the bladder, so I think I'm good to go with this one. I'm glad that I suddenly remembered, because I was going to have to wait until 9 to drive down the store. I didn't really want to do that. So yeah, what I would do right now is take off, listen to, maybe I'll listen to music now. I was listening to Plutarch Moralia, which is a huge book, and I don't remember reading that yet. I've read pretty much all of the classics from ancient Rome and Greece, like multiple times. Some of them I read like 20 times. But I'm not sure I've read Moralia. So, but yeah, I have my extra charger this time that I didn't have last time. Last time I was like kind of bareballed it. I didn't have a charger. I think there was only like 30 psi in the tire. I didn't bother to pump it up, and it was like tubeless tires. But yeah, I'm totally satisfied with the types of bikes I have. I have like every type of bike that there is, except for except for a downhill bike. But I have a slopestyle bike that I could call an enduro bike, so then I could turn my enduro bike into a downhill bike, or a trick BMX. But other than that, I have every like kind of bike. Yeah, I should include on my ad for roommates that they can ride my bikes. That'll help. That'll give people more reasons to move in, because like I've been after organizing my apartment, I think in my head, oh, this is going to make my apartment appealing to a roommate, but it kind of instead of that, it kind of makes people less and less willing to move in, because it's like more and more my space, and so if I'm going to be appealing, I have to be like, figure out ways to make it seem like it's their space too. Like, look, you can use my bikes. Hey, I've got video games you can play. Check out I have Netflix for you. That kind of stuff. But anyway, man, I'm getting groggy from talking here. If I lay here too long, I'm going to want to take a nap. Swear to God. This is the time of day when I'm the most groggy. So yeah, I had a big old bowl of oatmeal with raisins and 2 scoops of protein powder and a big old bowl of like cantaloupe. So I'm ready to boogie woogie. I have a goo from like 2017, and I got sick and was barfing from my ride the other day and bonked because I ate contaminated goo, because it was 8 years old, but it had holes in it. I noticed it had holes in it, and it was like leaking all over, so I think it got oxidized. It got holes. It had ferret teeth bite marks in it. But this one, I tested it, and it's still sealed. So I'm like, I'm gonna like risk it again and hope that I don't get sick and just use that, because those are like $15 each. So yeah, so I'm gonna ride up north and see how big of a ride I can do today. And as soon as I get home, I'm going to fill out that DVR thing and then mail it in. and hopefully, and then see if I can get the funding for connected with like the funding department over the treasurer department over at the Rocky Mountain or whatever community college, and I have until September 3rd to cancel all that without having to pay. So and it'll be like $1,400, like $750 a class. Yeah, so that's what I'm up to. Man, maybe I should just close my eyes and have a little nappy woo. Yeah, so I'm gonna go on a big ass ride, finally getting caught up on my life, and then lift weights when I come back, or not, or do this paperwork. But yeah, it takes a while, but slowly catching up, and then I have to call the IRS. So if I don't do that today because they're closed, which I don't think I will, I'll just do that tomorrow. Tomorrow will be my start calling the IRS day, and if worse comes to worse, and I just have to blow $5,000 on the IRS, even though I was on Medicaid. I guess that's the extra taxes you have to pay, like the literal fiscal taxes that you have to pay for speaking your mind. It's like they forgot to write in the First Amendment of the Constitution, freedom of speech, in parentheses, except there's a 20% tax if you actually exercise your freedom of speech. Fucking assholes. Anyway, that's the same. A lot of people are saying like ignoring annoying things on my comments. Like some guy goes, "Speak English, please," after I said the thing, like if you can see the circle. So I just pasted what somebody else asked me, where they just wanted me to elaborate more on the depixelation. So I just pasted it. And oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh fuck. Whatever. All right, so that's my vlog for the day. I think I should go and upload this right now. And man, if it takes forever and it's already almost 9, maybe I'll go into the store anyway and buy another. No, I won't do that. I'll do that later. But I do want to buy another bladder. I don't want to rely on one bladder because this one's old too and it could spring a leak. But so that's my vlog for today. Talk to you tomorrow.